Buy this for uni, buy that for uni. Guys, you are packing way too much for university. I'm here to tell you what you actually need, what is an essential and what is a luxury. Because some of you have blended the lines between them two. Your car should not be packed to the brim. This is episode 3 of Before The Hangover, the ultimate fresher series where I tell you everything you need to know about uni. That way, when you start uni, you're actually somewhat prepared. Starting off with tips. Do not use those bundling services. There'll be a service online that will say, we can get you all your essentials for only £400, yada, 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 yada. This is amazing. We can deliver it straight to your uni address. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. They sponsor universities so that universities promote it. And it's just not worth it, guys. They'll give you £50 worth of stuff and then they'll charge you 400. I've heard stories of it not even being delivered because it was like rejected for being too big. It's not worth it. If you take 30 minutes to 1 hour and just order everything separately yourself, you'll be so much better off because of a quality improving and also because of a price going down. You'll be paying half of what you would have paid and you would have received such good quality stuff for a lower price. So it's a no-brainer. Just follow this video and you know exactly what to buy. I've got an Amazon storefront now. So this means that I will be putting every single thing that I recommend onto that page. So if you want it to be extremely simple, go to the link in my bio, tap on the Amazon storefront and you can just go shopping there. I've chosen every single product for a very good reason. No one's paying me to select the products. Amazon might pay me a commission if you buy it, okay, whatever. But I'm picking the products based on my knowledge and based on what I truly recommend. So if you want a very simple, just like, I just want to buy everything in one place, go to my Amazon storefront. If you're packing to go to university and you're wondering, Richard, what part should I splurge on? Like, what should I splurge on when I'm like bringing stuff for university? Bedroom, specifically bed in the room. The bed in the room is the most important part that you want to be spending money. Pay that extra £10 for the pillow. Get that mattress topper. Invest in your bed because at the end of the day, that's where you're going to be spending most of your time. I know that some of you like to go out, whatever, but where do you go after a night out? Where do you go after a long day? Where do you go with that stranger that you met? In the bed. Maybe not the stranger part, but you know what I mean. Your bed is the most important part of your room, so definitely invest in that if you had to pick one. Gonorrhea, chlamydia, herpes. These are massive in uni zones. Probably 1 in 10 people have it. I may be off with that statistic, but thousands of people have it, especially in Midlands, London, and down south in Bristol, and like that surrounding area. STDs are massive in university. Students, be careful. Bring condoms. I don't care if you're chopped. I don't care if you've taken a vow of celibacy. Maybe if you're religious and like you're truly celibate, okay, cool, maybe don't. Bring condoms. You think that there's even a small chance that you'll be sexually active? Bring condoms. The last thing you want is to catch an STD. And that's a best case scenario. The worst case scenario is you get pregnant or you get someone pregnant and you have a child. Being a mother in university or a father in university is the worst thing that you could ever possibly choose to do. Maybe some people do it voluntarily. Cool, let them do it voluntarily. But you do not want to be a mother or a father. Do you really want a little child running around whilst you're trying to do your dissertation? No, you don't. So wear protection, don't catch an STD, and don't become a parent. Don't ever do that because then you can't drink and then you can't have fun. And now into the actual packing. So we're going to start off with the very important essentials. These are non-negotiable. You need to bring them and you cannot forget them under any kind of circumstance. Starting off with any letters that you may have received from your university, UCAS, student finance, or your accommodation. Any kind of letters, bring them with you. Put it in like an envelope or a folder and bring it with you. Number 2 is going to be your IDs. I'm talking passport, I'm talking driving license, but bring your IDs. This is important for when you apply to jobs. And also your physical debit card. You will need it just in case you lose your phone, just in case your phone dies, just in case anything happens, you need to have your debit card. So make sure you bring your physical card. If you don't know where it is, reorder it. And the last thing that I'm going to say is bring your discount cards. I'm talking your student ID if they mailed it to you. Bring your totem card if you have it. So those are the non-negotiables that you have to bring. Moving on to number 2, this is electronics that you need for university. A laptop is a luxury. A laptop is a luxury. A laptop as a student in university is not a luxury. It is an essential. And I'm really annoyed at seeing people say, oh yeah, it's a luxury to have a laptop and just like bring pen and paper. If you've ever stepped foot in a lecture hall, you know that you cannot just walk into a lecture hall with pen and paper. I've seen some people try and you fail because not only do the slides go so quick, it's just not quick enough. It really isn't quick enough and you have to write so much. It's just not worth it. You need a laptop. And you're probably wondering, Richard, like that is so expensive. You can buy a used MacBook Air for about £300 from Back Market. You can buy a Chromebook for like £50, £80. Guys, a laptop is a non-negotiable, so make sure that you bring a laptop. Next is going to be an extension lead. This is more of a luxury because you don't necessarily need it, but at the same time, if you do have a lot of products, for example, an Alexa, a Google Home, the next essential is headphones, earplugs and headphones, because student accoms are loud. People are exploring not only their sexuality, but their voices. Everyone's loud, everyone's going out, everyone's doing stuff. In student accommodation, you will at least once experience hearing someone. Yeah. And you don't want that because it will ruin your night. I remember one time I was kept up all night because of the people above me. I don't know what kinky stuff they were doing, but it was so loud. I wish that I had earplugs, or I wish that I actually put in my earphones. So having headphones / earplugs is so useful, not only for the journeys on the bus. Last but not least, this is a luxury. Most people will already have this, so you don't need it, but it would be a portable speaker, because this is amazing in prees, because you cannot have like a quiet time during prees. That's just weird. You need music. So that is it for the electronics. There probably is a few more luxuries, but these are the essentials that you need. And before I move on to kitchen, here is a piece of advice. Buy only essentials when you're going to university. This is applicable if you have a small car, if you're moving in by yourself. If you just want it to be a very easy process, buy all the essentials yourself. Buy the luxuries when you go to university. Everything that I say is a luxury and you really want it, buy it later to your accommodation address. Now for the kitchen. With the kitchen, a lot of your flatmates are going to be having the same things. For example, we had like 3 toasters and 2 kettles. You don't need to do that. I would advise against buying any kitchen appliances. For example, like just don't buy a kettle and don't buy a toaster, okay? Save that for after everyone moves in and then everyone's settled down. A lot of people will say, Richard, that's not an essential, that's not an essential. I think having an air fryer is more essential than having pots and pans. I'll be completely honest when I say this, having an air fryer is a lot more essential. Not only can you cook a lot of stuff in there, it can replace a pot and pan in various different ways. So I would say the number one most essential thing when you go to university is for your kitchen, an air fryer. Get a good air fryer. This is so important. Next is going to be use the rule of 3. Get 3 pieces of cutlery for each thing. For example, 3 forks, 3 knives and 3 spoons, 3 plates and 3 bowls. That is all you need. And when you buy like cutlery individually, for example from B&M or for example from Argos or Amazon, it can be so cheap, especially since you're only buying 3. You do not need 5 plates. You are going to university alone. You do not need 5 plates. Next, which is kind of essential but it borderlines on the luxury. So if you have an air fryer, you don't need these. It's a luxury. But if you don't have an air fryer, you need these. And what this is a sharp knife, cutting board, frying pan and saucepan. So this is the things that you don't necessarily need if you have an air fryer, but you do need if you don't have an air fryer. So it's kind of a one or the other. And then there's the small stuff that you can talk to your flatmates about when you all move in. And that's like for washing liquid, bin bags. Honestly, that's such a great bonding activity. For the kitchen, use it as an excuse to talk, meet and do stuff. For example, when you move into your accommodation, be like, okay, guys, we need to get kitchen roll, washing up liquid and bin bags. Let's all go together. That is great because you can all walk, talk and like do an activity together, and that is such a great way to break the ice. Now, the last essential that you need for your kitchen, especially if you drink, is plastic cups. A plastic cup is probably the thing in the kitchen that is the most used. Try buy like 5 or 10 of them, and you might think, Richard, why 5 or 10 plastic cups? When people have prees, no one brings their own cups. No one does. So they'll be asking you, oh, can I borrow your cup? Can I borrow your cup? And do you really want them using like your nice glass cup? No. So get a bunch of plastic cups. You'll thank me later. But to summarize the kitchen, start small, buy an air fryer, a bit of cutlery, like, and then plates. And then if there's anything else that you need, use Amazon Prime to get it next day. Trust me, this will save you so much, not only money, it will save you so much time packing and unpacking. Moving on to the bedroom where the magic happens. For your bed, you need a duvet, pillows, bed sheets, and mattress topper. This is essential. This is not only a luxury, but I would say invest more in a mattress topper. Get the good mattress topper. Don't get the one that's £5. Get the one that's £20. And you're probably wondering, Richard, I'm poor. It's worth the money. This is one of those things that is just worth the money. Invest money in a mattress topper because beds can be so uncomfortable. And if you have an uncomfortable bed, you can't sleep. And if you can't sleep, that affects your sleep quality. And if it affects your sleep quality, you're going to be worse for like the next year. This is an investment into yourself. If you have good sleep, that's all that matters. Invest in a good sleep. So every single thing that relates to your bed, go for the option that's a little bit more expensive. The next thing that I would say is essential is an air freshener. You are not allowed candles in your student accommodation because it's a fire hazard. And there have been accommodations that have burnt down because of candles. So what I would recommend is to get an air freshener and just keep changing it every single couple of weeks. You don't understand how important this is because when you are a student, you sometimes want to eat in your room. And when you eat in your room, it leaves a smell. But because you just ate, you don't really realize it. And that's how you start smelling. You start smelling like food. You start just smelling weird. Have a air freshener. And it also boosts your mind because when you walk into your room and you smell something nice, like it just, for some reason, it just gives you a bit of dopamine. It's just good. It's worth it. And like I said, I'll be putting everything in my Amazon storefront. So if you want a one-stop shop, Amazon storefront. Next is going to be coat hangers and a laundry basket. These are essentials because like what else are you going to do with your clothes? You're just going to like sit on them. No, you need to put them in hangers. Or you need a desk fan. This is a luxury, but if you can, this will help you so much because sometimes student accommodations can get hot. And also on the other side of that, get a hot water bottle. When you are sick, when you don't feel well, when it's cold, it'll be winter. A hot water bottle and a fan. These are luxuries, but they're worth the money. So I would say it's recommended recommended, but it's not essential because you could just like wrap yourself or something. Bathroom. This is what you need for your bathroom. You need a towel. You need a bath towel and a hand towel, along with a separate hand towel that you can give to others. Toothbrush, toothpaste, shower gel, and deodorant. And a first aid kit. The first aid kit is essential. This is so important because in case anything happens, you cut yourself while shaving. Let's say that one of your flatmates cuts himself while shaving. You need to have a first aid kit. This is really important, and make sure you don't forget that because it could genuinely save your life. And whilst we're talking health, freshers flu is a real and alive thing that happens at university every single year, no matter what year you are. First year, second year, third year, fourth year, you will catch freshers flu during freshers season. I don't know what it is. Freshers flu is basically where a lot of people come together from different backgrounds and everyone's got their own little bacteria and it all mixes to create one little bug. And that bug is unique, so it gets every single person sick. It could be something from coughing. Sometimes it can be as bad as just like being dead in bed, and not actually dead, but you'll be like positioned, like you just need to recover. Your throat will be killing you. You'll be coughing, fever, all of that. And it's horrible and it can last for months. I know people that have had freshers flu for a year. And if you want to avoid this, the best thing you can do is to include these things in your health section when packing for university. Get paracetamol, ibuprofen, of course. Pack vitamins, multivitamins. You can get these from Boots for really cheap. I think Amazon sells them, but I would recommend you buy ones from Boots. During freshers week, you're out a lot, you dance a lot, you meet different people, your immune system is down, and you get sick. And your body does not have vitamins because, let's be honest, after a heavy night out and you wake up the next day at 4 p.m, you have to quickly eat like a pizza and then go out again. It's genuinely horrible. So your body is left without vitamins. So you need to bring vitamins to your body, and you can do these through tablets, or you can do these by getting those capsules that you put in water. Taking vitamins can help you decrease the chance of catching freshers flu, and that is just a proven fact. Now, the last couple of things will be a bath mat, toilet brush, loofah, African neck sponge, just these small things that you probably already have around your house. Just steal them and then let your parents buy new ones, or just buy new ones of the exact same things that you already use. And the last thing I'm going to say is buy sliders or flip-flops. These are an essential and you need to get them because not only do they protect you from, like, maybe if you have a shared bathroom, but you don't want to be putting on your trainers and you don't want to be putting on heels just so you can go to the kitchen. Get sliders or flip-flops. You're going to be using them so much more than you may think. And one last thing is get a bath robe. Let's say that you are in the shower and then a fire alarm goes off. You need to leave as soon as possible. Put your bathrobe on and leave. I've seen way too many people leave the actual accommodation in their underwear, all shirtless. Guys, don't do that. Get a bathrobe, and just in case of anything, you can just grab that and leave. Stationery. When you're at university, it's very different to college and high school. You don't need to actually have pen and paper. This isn't really a necessity, but it can be very useful when you are revising. So I would recommend having pens, notepads, and highlighters. Sometimes it's easier to learn something. It's easier to remember something if you're writing it down or when you're highlighting it. And also folders for keeping your documents together as well. One thing that will help you so much whilst you're at university, because you're going through such a big life change, is to document it. So some people document it by filming a video like I am now, and they just talk to a camera about what happened that month. I know a friend that did that. She recorded with her best friend every single month. And then at the end of the freshers year, they all went back through the videos and they were like, oh my God, I can't believe I did that. I can't believe I like that person. It's a very good idea to do that, to do a recap every single month of your uni experience. However, a better thing that you can do, it would be for you to start journaling. Journaling is so important, not only for your mental health, but also for self-improvement. You can look back on some days and you'll be like, oh, why did I think that way? Or why did I do that? Trust me, journal. Every single day, just open up your journal and just write what happened. And then let's say in a few months time, you can look back and be like, oh yeah, I noticed that I tend to do this. Maybe I should avoid doing that. And it can improve your life so much. Not only your uni life, but just your life in general. So you gotta buy a journal. I got my journal from, I think it was a creator on TikTok. I need to find her video again. But she sent out a journal to me for free so I can promote it last year. And I did. And I actually used the journal for a whole year and it helped me so much. So I can't stress enough that a journal can be so useful so you can look back. So journal every single day. This is my last recommendation for stationery. Last but not least is the clothes for university. You might just think, I'm gonna pack everything, bikinis, like sweat, like everything. I know it's September. When you go to university, it will be September, but you need to pack as if you're packing for October, November, December. It will be cold weather. Don't bring shirts, or maybe bring a few shirts, but don't bring hot weather clothes. Bring cold weather clothes. Bring your North Face coat. Bring your trench coat. Bring your cold weather clothes. This is so important. Now, clothes for the club. If you are a guy or a girl, these are the essentials that you must bring to a club. As a girl, you can get away with wearing, I don't know, light blue, low-rise jeans and any kind of shirt. As a guy, just wear jeans and a shirt. It does not matter. So I think As long as you have one good pair of jeans, blue, black, whatever it is, you'll be fine. Jeans and any kind of shirt. Shoes, make sure you bring a dedicated club shoe. I'm telling you, it's going to be disgusting. Clubs in university cities are absolutely disgusting, and your shoes will turn black. You will bring white Air Forces into the club and they'll turn black, and that has happened to me. So don't bring any nice shoes to the club. Have a dedicated clubbing shoe, and it might get sticky, it might get black. At least it isn't an actual good pair of shoes that you've ruined. So make sure to bring dedicated clubbing shoes. Next is going to be every single Halloween outfit that you have worn, bring it. I am telling you, something about this year, something about Halloween this year is going to be crazy. Halloween is on a Friday, meaning Friday, Saturday, Sunday, everyone's going to go out for Halloween weekend. So bring every single Halloween costume that you may have. And also you might think, oh, why would I even do that? I don't celebrate Halloween, or I don't drink. Sometimes societies require you to have costumes. They will ask you for the most outlandish stuff. So just bring every single costume that you may have. Trust me, you will use it, especially if you're thinking about joining a society. Every single Wednesday, societies just dress up as the weirdest things, and just bring every single weird costume that you have. Trust me, you're gonna use it. You're gonna be shocked, but you are gonna use it. Now, if you are someone that wants to start going to the gym, if you're someone that doesn't go to the gym, please, for the love of God, bring gym clothes. University is a place where you can become the person that you want to be. And this might seem just like, oh, like weird and cringe and stuff. But no, it's true. Like, you will meet people that maybe go to the gym and stuff, and you've always wanted to go to the gym, but you just didn't know who to go with. Bring gym clothes. Going to the gym is something that I would recommend every student to do. Not only is it good for your mental health, it's good for your physical health, it's just good for you overall. It's good for meeting people. A gym in a uni city is basically Love Island. So I need you to bring your gym clothes, even if you don't already go to the gym. Having the clothes will push you to go to the gym. Please bring your gym clothes. And that is it for this episode, guys. It literally got dark. I've been talking for the last hour. This is all so important. But to summarize the most important part of this video, try focus on the essentials. Try to not get as much for your kitchen, and invest in your bed. That's very, very important. Comment down below if you have any questions about any of this. I'll be leaving my Amazon storefront link down below. So if you just want to like have one place you can just buy everything, if you can't be asked to do all the shopping, I can guarantee you that I'll be finding the best option for each one of those things that I've mentioned in my Amazon storefront. And I would so recommend not even packing everything, because you can always order more straight to your accommodation. So please subscribe if you haven't already, guys. We've reached 400 subscribers. Oh my God, I'm so excited about that. We've reached 400 subscribers. I'm basically a YouTuber now. None of this video is sponsored. I need you guys to just subscribe to me, please, 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 please. I will see you guys next Friday. Rabbit Goes Boom is out. Bye-bye.